So without further ado, we're going to dive right into the details of this presentation of do you qualify for group health insurance as you are considering to sign up for your first or second group health insurance plan in the state of California. Once again, I am Don Zaranandia, and let's dive right on into it. So, what do you need to understand when you are considering offering one of these group health plans? Well, you need to understand that one W-2 employee rule. So most carriers in California will require you to have one non-spouse, very key point there, W-2 employee. They will require proof of payroll when you sign up for the insurance. This is either in a pay stub, a payroll journal, or sometimes a quarterly wage report, which in California, that is your DE9C. Okay. It does not matter whether or not this employee signs up for the insurance. So a very common situation is you offer this employee insurance with the minimum contribution, say 50% of the lowest cost plan, or $100 flat, depending on the carrier, of course, and the carrier's specific rules and guidelines. So, very common thing that we get on a regular basis is, well, I do have one W-2 employee. They're totally above board. They just happen to be my spouse. And that's not going to be a complete cancellation of your ability to get the insurance. You will have to specifically go to one of two carriers in the state of California, but most carriers will say, nope, that W-2 employee cannot be your spouse. However, there are two carriers that if you are an LLC or a corporation, depending on a couple different criterias, they will be able to set you up as a business. Okay. Same thing goes if you are two partners and neither of you are on payroll. That is something else that, depending on how you are situated, we still might be able to set you up on a group health plan. So why do you want to offer group health insurance? Well, there's going to be three key reasons that we're going to touch on right here. There are more if you really do want to dive into it. But first, group health insurance tends to be less expensive than individual insurance in the state of California. If you take the gross cost for your individual plan and compare it to the gross cost of a group health plan, the group plan is going to be about 10, 15% less expensive than the individual plan. Now, if you take the provider network for those plans, you take the provider network for the group plan and you take the provider network for the individual plans. That is the pool of doctors that say, yep, we take this insurance at our office. The group health plan will have a bigger, more robust provider network. Very noticeable in the specialist. It's very close on the primary care physicians, but when it comes to specialist, it's very obvious that there are more doctors that take the group health plan. And third, and probably the most important thing, is the savings that a business owner can experience by running this insurance through their company is significant. If you're a family of 5, if you're a family of 6, even if you're a family of 2, and your insurance premium is thousands of dollars a month, it's essentially as expensive, if not more expensive, as your mortgage. Being able to run that through as a business expense will give you significant tax savings at the end of the year. So, common thing we get. What about the compliance? I don't want to have to offer something that's highly regulated through my company. I just want the tax savings. Well, the beautiful thing is the compliance is not going to be that complicated when you are a small employer. So the one thing I can say, just keep records of everything health insurance related. Don't throw away your applications. Stick it in a file. Save it on your computer somewhere. Don't lie about that W-2 employee. Don't suddenly go, hey, I don't have a W-2 employee, and then come back the next day and be like, I've got Fred over here who's been working for me for 10 years. If they're not a W-2 employee, go hire a legitimate W-2 employee in order to qualify for the group health insurance. Make sure you are using a broker. Don't go directly to the carrier, okay? It might seem like, hey, we're not big enough to use a broker. It's still going to be important to use a broker. They will help keep you on track and keep everything above board. And then, of course, ask your broker to assist with all of the compliance aspects of your case. They should be able to take care of all of it for you without you even being aware of anything going on the back end. So, highly recommend to start that group health plan today. I wouldn't wait. That savings is too large. If you're paying $30,000 a year, which is not an exaggeration, for your family's health insurance, you got to figure out a way to run it through your business. That $30,000 will now be a deductible expense, which could be saving you $10,000 to $15,000 a year. Just because you are now running it through your business. So feel free to reach out to us, reach out to a local broker or whoever you want to help set up that business account. Have a great day.